We are live from the Palace of Auburn Hills for this Eastern Conference battle featuring the Pistons here in Detroit. And, of course, the big news, Andre Drummond out with an injury.
Yeah, well, when he got hurt in their last game, Kevin, the hope was that it wasn't too serious, but we now know that's not the case. You really just wish him all the best in the world in coming back from it, but it's a tough blow for them.
Really just a tough loss. I mean, it looks like it will be, guys, a long road for him, but hopefully with the help of the team doctors, he can make that turnaround as quickly as possible.
Tip-off goes to Seattle. Let's check out Seattle's starting lineup. Smith is out there with Cannon. Then it's Q. Then it's Jones. And it's Thompson in at the 4 spot. Here's Cannon. Shot clock at 6. Thompson passes to Q. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Q's got the first basket of the game for Seattle.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
There's the screen. In the corner, it's Harris. They get the rebound. Here's Tolliver. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Smith with it. A 14-point game for him in the win against Phoenix. Seattle needs to get off a shot. Thompson outside. And another 3 for Seattle.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Here's Baines. Caldwell Pope kicks to Harris. Shoots from the corner. Rebound by Smith. Seattle has gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Q passes to Smith. Screen by Jones. Thompson dishes to Jones. It's stolen by Harris. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. That's good.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Greg, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15 and 29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Pass to Baines. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Baines has got his first points in this one. For Seattle, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Here's Cannon. He had 15 points last outing. Thompson in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Smith kicks to Cannon. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. That's 7 points for Q.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
Caldwell Pope passes to Jackson. And the rejection by Smith. Cannon dishes to Smith. And stolen by Harris. Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. That's good.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Q. Inside. It's tipped. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. In the 3rd spot, the Pistons.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Here's Q, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella is all about power and force.
Pistons trail by 4. Outside Jackson. Harris outside. 6 to shoot. And the layup is good.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
And it's Seattle with the ball. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Out to Smith. Here's Jones. No good. And Detroit the other way now. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, and in that game, we saw a lot of sloppy play from the opposing offense. They coughed the ball up, a lot of unforced turnovers.
And that did make things relatively easy for him. You know, it's nice to get a win and not have to work too hard for it.
And the first time out of the game called for Seattle. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when the team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
And the Pistons making a change here. Morris is checked in. Seattle shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Larry Sanders drops them both. The Pistons trailing. Jackson kicks to Harris. Jackson passes to Meeks. He feeds it to Morris. Down low, Harris. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Now, here's Meeks. Morris inside. He's against Smith. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Cannon can't hit. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Pistons. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Reggie Jackson. And Meeks kicks to Johnson. Meeks dishes to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. From deep three-point range, and Sanders pulls it down. For Seattle, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And it's denied. That's out of bounds. Seattle will retain possession. On the wing, Iguodala to the middle. It's stolen. Dinwiddie kicks to Johnson. Pass to Dinwiddie. Morris a screen. Meeks passes to Dinwiddie. Clock at 4. Here's Tolliver, and the layup's good off the glass. Tolliver's got his second bucket.
Now that's a killer crossover. The defender got totally shook up by that move.
Back to Iguodala. There's the pass to Boone. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Tiny's got the game tied up here for Seattle. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Dinwiddie dishes to Tolliver. There's a screen. To the paint. Here's Johnson. Again, Johnson missing.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Now, here is Morris. An 11-point game for him in the win against Houston.
Yeah, but Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. I mean, he was aggressive to attack the D, not settling, and really did a good job of cashing in on those free throws.
Here's Dinwiddie, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2.
And here's a look at the stats for Andre Iguodala, how he performed last season. Averaged 8 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Yeah, great hustle, does all the little things. Just a good complimentary guy to have on your team.
And the first one at the line is good. Detroit making a switch here. Bullock's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Seattle calls timeout. 1:07 left to play here in the first. Iguodala outside. Pass to Covington. Fires it up. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Pass to Dinwiddie. Here's Bullock. 14 points from him the last game against Houston. Over to the wing. Here's Morris. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Here's Covington. Seattle missing again. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. And Seattle leads by 1.
Guys, you just can't imagine how difficult it is to hit a shot that deep. Man, that was as sweet as honey.
And I was looking over at the opposing bench. They couldn't believe it either.
Johnson gets the bucket.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Pistons on top. They're up by 2. Let's take a quick break now.